All right, welcome back to History and Coffee. And I know it's been a little gap since the last time I made a video, and that's honestly just because the weather is beautiful, and I just, being outside in beautiful spring versus being inside reading, it's it's no contest. And I do actually have to do quite a bit of reading for some of these videos. Specifically, the one I had planned next was on Doc Holliday, and I sort of ran into that old everything everyone has ever written about the guy is pretty much unprovable bullshit. So stand by for a video on Doc. I think it's going to be a little disappointing because um, there's so many different cases of people he killed, like showing up later and being like, "Nah, you didn't kill me." So um, Doc is an interesting character nonetheless. But anyway, so I wanted to show you something pretty interesting that I happened across while I was outside going for a walk in the beautiful spring weather. Now, where I live, there's actually a lot of sedimentary limestone and flint and things like that. So I kind of, when I'm out walking, I keep my eye on the ground because there's a lot of these cool little crinoid fossils floating around, which, I mean, they're not really worth anything, but I think they're cool. They're just ancient, I think it's Eocene period little worms. And then, of course, flint. I'd like to try napping my own flints for my flintlock. So I keep an eye out for, small pieces of flint that'd be easy to work. And my eye was sort of drawn to this shape on the ground here. And this is actually something really, really cool. This is an ancient Native American multi-tool of sorts. It's called a scraper. And it's a piece of flint that was hand napped. And you can actually identify that by the different directions in which it sort of flakes off. But this would have been used for dressing game. And you have this one sharp edge here that's used sort of like an uli to sort of scrape the hide. And then you have another sharp edge on the side here that'd be used kind of as a knife for cutting through, different things. Basically anything, just this would give you the ability to dress game. So it's a very important tool, very ingenious. And it looks very simple, but it's interesting if you actually hold it in your hand. It's pretty ergonomic. It seems like the whoever made this a couple thousand years ago even decided to put a little thumb rest in it and everything. There's no way to tell how old this is, but where I found it is in a hillside that had recently been dug out. So it probably was a good 10 feet in the ground, which would lead me to believe that it is very, very old. And these kind of tools go back to really the dawn of humanity. So it's really fascinating to find something like this. And the other cool thing about this is now this is this isn't like finding an arrowhead or something like that, where they just kind of floating around. This is a tool that would sort of be around a campsite. So it leads me to believe that if I go back and poke around the area, I might find some more things. Like common ones are like axe heads and of course arrow points, spear points, and hammers, things like that. So yeah, this is really cool. It's pretty fascinating to hold something in your hand that's probably a couple thousand years old. Somebody, some guy named Grog probably got chewed out by his boss for losing his freaking tool, and so but yeah, so yep, ancient flint scraper located while going for a walk. So there's another reason to do your cardio. All right, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more upcoming videos when the weather gets crappy.